This is a practice video for the Best of ABBA, arranged by Ted Ricketts, the cello part. And we're going to just kind of jump around a little bit and cover mostly just the shifting sections in this piece and then the rhythms for Dancing Queen. So here's the beginning. So we have this introduction for the Overtrip Prologue, and I recommend starting in second position. This is extended second position. So you have your 4 on the note A, and then your first finger, you got to stretch it back so it's an F natural. So you're going to do that. And then, yes, you could play an open D, but you're going to be sitting on that D for a while. We can make that sound better. So you could either move over to the G string and play that with the 4th finger. But that pinky's kind of weak. It's kind of a hard finger to stay on and also to vibrate on. So you could scooch up and just play that with a 2 or with a 3 or even a 2 if you wanted to. But the counting coming in on the end of beat of 4 will go like this, and you do this just 2 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then change your bow as you need to while you're holding all of that out. And then you hit the accent on the fermata, and that's all there is to the beginning. So moving on to measure 8, again, I recommend just avoiding open strings if you can. You're already there on that D, so just stay there on the G string while you're doing your staccato quarter notes, and then you switch to 8th notes. For the note G, just go over to the C string, and then back to your D, and so on. All right, so let's skip ahead to measure 20. So this pattern isn't tricky other than just changing to the A sharps and then back to A natural at the right time. So you're going to be doing your A sharp with a low 1. So going really slow. And then you're back to your open Gs. So when you get that up to speed, if I did that right, I have to practice that too. Make sure you're counting how many of those upper notes you're doing. All right, so then 2 before 28, let's take a look at this measure. So we've got an extension for our C sharp coming up. Slowly, it's going to sound like this. 3 and 4 and. So be careful with your slurs. You have a 2-note slur, then a 3-note slur, and then your tie. So watch your bowing. And then up to speed, 2, 3, 4. And that's pretty much it for the rest of that page. All right, so moving on to page 2, at measure 40, you have a little bit of a syncopation pattern going down a scale. So again, to help with the C sharp, I recommend starting in second position. So we're going to start on a 4, C sharp, shift back. All right, and then watch your bowing too. Notice that the last 2 notes in each measure are hooked on a double up bow. Now the next line, we're again going to do some extensions. So you're starting on your open G. This is line 2. Stretch out your 2, so it's on your 3 tape for the E. Then you've got your F sharp ready to go. So in time, it'll sound like this. 2, 3, 4. All right, and then the next line, you do that all over again, same fingering, same rhythm. All right, so that takes care of Mamma Mia. So now we're moving into I Have a Dream, the measure before 58. This is where we start our soli section. So your whole section is playing the melody together. We're just going to do a little shifting to 3rd position to take care of the G sharp. Notice that we switch keys to the key of A. So F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So here we go at 57, 2, 3, 4, rest. And then you do it all over again. And then change your bow when you need to. And so on. At 66, the divisi, if you're playing the bottom notes, you're just going to play the whole note. If you're doing the upper notes, you're going to do the 8th, slurring to the next 8th. And so on. And then here we are at 74, and this works beautifully in 3rd and a half position. So you're going to go, if you have tapes on your cello, a half step beyond your fourth finger. So an extended fourth finger spot. This is the note G sharp on the D string. Your 2's on the next tape if that's your A. And then your fourth finger is what we're starting at. And we're just going to stay up here in this position and cross over between the D and the A strings. So here's 74. Ready and rest. And then shift back to first position. Then you're just going to do that same position again. So go back up to that G sharp spot. Go to the G string, back to the A string. Sorry, get out of tune, and then back to the D. And then change your bow as you need to. So let's do 74 without me talking through it now at tempo. All right, so here's 74 and rest. And so on, and holding for another whole note. All right, so that takes care of I Have a Dream, and now we're up to Dancing Queen, the last song in the medley. So we're starting this on an up bow. I wrote the counting in your part, but we're going 1, a 2, and 4. 1, a 2, and 4 for our counting, which once you get the hang of it, it's really not that bad. So let's do this. We're going to take this from 86 up to the last line. 1, a 2, and go. And that's it. And again, when you're reaching for your third finger on the C string, make sure you're stretching high enough. All right, so now 2 before 94, the pattern changes a little bit. You start off the same, but instead of doing a 3 here, go up and put a 1 in second position, because then we're going to do a G. Oh, that's why that sounded weird in rehearsal. That's supposed to be a G sharp. Okay, that's not right. So we're going to go G sharp and then F sharp. All right, so that's what I messed up on. Sorry about that, you guys. So I'm going to find a better fingering and fix that for you in class. But in any case, that's a G sharp, F sharp, and then watch your C sharp and D sharp going back up. So I'll find a better fingering for you guys. All right, after that, though, it gets easy. Here's 94, just some basic syncopation in the middle of the measure. 1, 2, 94, and... Oops, sorry, how does that go? And you keep doing that over and over. All right, one last big section, 104. So this is the main Dancing Queen melody. You guys get a chance to do that too, which is awesome. So we're starting on second position on your C sharp, and then your fourth finger. Now where your 4 is, replace that with a 2. So you're going all the way up here. So that's actually, technically that third and a half position we were doing back in I Have a Dream. So once you hit that F sharp, you're good to go. So let's do that section again. Here's 104, 2, 3, 4. Then you go back to second position. Come down to first position. Rest. So notice again, you're stretching for some G sharps. Again, some syncopation in there with 16th notes, but if you know the melody, that helps quite a bit. And if you're struggling with that, please ask me for help in class. After that, it's back to the rhythm you were doing at 86. So 104 is doing again the... Just keep doing that. 122 is the same as 94. And then pickups to 130, we bring back the I Have a Dream melody. So you do that same exact rhythm and fingering. And then go into third. and then you just finish. And then I recommend at the end, don't play an open A, and then a 3, and we'll make the crescendo on that up bow. All right, so like I said, I'll fix that fingering to before 94. Other than that, go through each section slowly, make sure you're in the right position with the right sharps, and then start speeding it up with the main recording.